This all happening now as the field is off of pit road, getting lined up behind the pace car. I want to apologize to everybody for a little bit of a hiccup we had there during the pre-race and qualifying session.
Yeah, we do apologize on that. That was my mess up. I'm not sure that it just did not want to connect for some odd reason, but I believe it's showing live 15 seconds that we've been live for. So let's get back at it here, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at the Red Line Racing Network, getting ready to go back going green flag racing for the first time tonight here at Kansas Speedway. Let's see what's going to happen. All right, we are all going side by side. Chris Davis as your leader here. Let's find out who's going to be able to prevail into turn number 1 and 2. All right, we looking good, Matt, on your side? I hope so. Right now, looks like we got almost 3 wide going on. That was Randy, Aaron, and Steven all side by side there for a quick moment, but we got side by side for the lead. Chris Davis and Hunter Carmichael. Great battle going on, getting ready to go into turn number 1. It looks like we're going to have some crazy action going on up front. Lap 2 out of 200 has been completed here. We're going to have stages also. Hunter Carmichael is your leader at this moment of time. Let's see what's going to happen. All right, man. What are we? How are we looking on our stream? Are we actually up and running still?
Yes, I can confirm we are up and running and we are live at this time.
All right, that's awesome. That's good to hear. Sorry about that, everybody. I'm going to take it my fault there. But side-by-side action going on for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place right now. Aaron Matthews trying to make it a run on the inside right behind that 29 machine. Let's see if he can make a pass coming out of turn 4, coming to the line. Hunter Carmichael doing a great job up front, giving himself a great gap from 2nd place while they're still battling it out going on for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. A little bit farther in the pack here. Wayne Bowen here tonight having a great run. We're going to just try and check, make sure our stream is... Hold on one second. Sorry, Matt. I'm having issues here. We'll actually be right back after this commercial break.
Are you tired of paying too much for tires and auto repair? Come to my family at Dr. Tire.
We carry nearly all brands of tires,
including Michelin, Continental, Bridgestone, and Mastercraft.
And we have one of the largest inventories in Genesee County.
Basic quote, we will beat it.
We offer many services including lifts, wheels, engines, brakes, and more.
Plus, on most of our jobs, we offer a 2-year, 24,000-mile warranty.
Come see our family at Delta Tire,
where we'll save you money.
Sauces are made from scratch using quality ingredients to create a truly delicious barbecue taste. Try our original Beast sauce, sweet with a kick. Turn up the heat with Spicy Beast, Hot Beast, and Carolina Beast. Or experience the award-winning taste of our Curry Beast and On the Bay Beast sauces. Owned and operated locally by the power of women veterans, these quality sauces are versatile and made for everyone. Great for grilling and the perfect way to complement your favorite foods. Barbecue Beast, the exceptional barbecue sauce.
Too much for tires and auto repair? Come to my family at Dr. Tire.
We carry nearly all brands of tires,
including Michelin, Continental, Bridgestone, and Mastercraft.
And we have one of the largest inventories in Genesee County.
Basic quote, we will beat it.
We offer many services including lifts, wheels, engines, brakes, and more.
Plus, on most of our jobs, we offer a 2-year, 24,000-mile warranty.
Come see our family at Delta Tire,
where we'll save you money.
All right, sorry everybody for the hiccup there. We're just making sure our streams were good. For some reason it was showing on one end not good and the other one good. So we're just confirming everything was good there. But it looks like we're all right. Just let me know in the chat how we're doing. I definitely would appreciate it. Well, we're going to go back up front right now. Hunter Carmichael still your leader while there's a group of guys here battling it out. Aaron Matthews making the pass on the inside line, trying to take over the lead from Hunter Carmichael, and looks like he almost maybe will get him cleared, or is that going to be outside line going to actually take over, and it will. Back and forth here all through the field. I'm kind of looking back at about 6th place, and right now they're having a great battle back here even. That's one thing about Kansas Speedway. It's one of those that it's going all night long. We're going to see switch and a ruin. All right, lap 10 out of 200 has been completed here. I wish we actually, there we go. Man, I'm still actually, it's showing me I might be having issues.
And unfortunately, Brandon, that's kind of what I was seeing on my end. It looked like we were okay there for a little bit, and then it looked like we would lose the connection.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to watch this battle going on while I check some things out. I will be right back.
Yeah, right now, ladies and gentlemen, is still digging into this technical issue that we're having here on our end. Again, we apologize. Right now, I am showing that we are offline, but I know Brandon is hard at work trying to get this corrected, as we are now through 15 laps of competition, all Hunter Carmichael at the point right now. And that's what I'm seeing right now as well. That works for me, boss.
All right, looks like we're maybe up and running still here. Sorry about all the hiccups here tonight. It just, of course, our first show, and of course, we're just having technical difficulties. It's how my luck usually goes. But we're having some great battling going on up front, back and forth. Hunter Carmichael still holding on to the lead at this moment, but he's having a great battle going on with Randy right now.
Yeah, and we're talking about that side-by-side racing that's very indicative here at Westwick this Kansas Speedway gives us, and that's what was going on at the front. The 54 falls in line, but now he is under duress from last season's winner, 77, Kenny Coppola. Here he comes in that car. Look for him to go to the top side of the racetrack. Hunter Carmichael there is going to throw the block and throw some dirty air at him as well. And that's going to allow the 54 of Randy Mullins to get locked right on the back bumper. Oh, as he gets into the wall on quarter entry.
He did, and then that looks like that may hurt him a little bit. That was a little bit of a harder hit into the wall, and that damage can cause a lot of issues. But Kenny, coming out of nowhere tonight from watching kind of what was going on with not much broadcasting going on, I feel like he became a ninja tonight. I think he was in the back and comes out front, and bam, here he is trying to show everybody how this is supposed to be done.
Well, this driver here, the last thing you want to give this driver here is a little bit of an incentive. And look at him go up there and take the pass. I mean, he just sent it in there and it stuck, got a little loose, but able to make the pass. The new leader, Mr. Excitement, Kenny Capola. But you mentioned a ninja. This is what this guy does. I mean, he is just so good at these various racetracks. Obviously, you know, he's the HMFIC of Team Watson Racing Setups, does so much for this league, and there is no better driver to have out there on the racetrack at times to the man that's turning thousands of laps on a weekly basis than inside the cockpit of that 77. And you're right, he is doing ninja-like things out there on the racetrack. But Brandon, if you go back to last season, there's a driver that was on fire. He was winning everything. It seemed like anytime he put a car or a hauler at the racetrack, this man was going out there and dominating races. Somehow he got involved in some black voodoo, just that dark cloud hung over that race team and the race car. But, you know, like I said at the top of the broadcast, you know, this is a reset. It's the Winter Series. Everyone's recharged, refocused. And here we go. Kenny Capola back out at front, taking, you know, less than 20 laps to claw through the field. And he is out there now pulling away from Hunter Carmichael as he has almost a 4/10 of a second advantage now as he's currently in P1.
And one thing that when Kenny made that pass, what did not help, Hunter Carmichael just barely touched that wall, hurt his momentum a little bit, but look at that. Two teammates right now, Hunter and got Aaron Matthews right there trying to I feel like Aaron's in a good spot. He's watching them, letting them use all those tires up, and he's just a sitting duck right now until he has to make that move. And I think that's when we're going to see Aaron make some magic happen.
Yeah, Aaron Matthews in the 5, Hunter Carmichael in the 3. They currently run second and third. Teammates, of course, Bad Boys Racing, led by Barry Sanders, of course. And I agree with you. Aaron Matthews just sitting there buying his time, doing Aaron Matthews-like things out there on the racetrack. He's a seasoned veteran. He understands what it takes to get it done here in a 200-lap race, and I could not agree more with you. He's letting these two guys duke it out. He's saving his Dr. Feelgoods, and look for him to make a charge towards the front here as we get a little deeper into this run as he sits comfortably in that third and final podium position right now.
Well, right now in fourth place, Wayne Bowen having a good run going on so far. Has some company right behind him, a freight train basically behind him. Hungry drivers, Chris Davis, Randy, you got Tim, Paul, Jeffrey, all right here. But I can see Chris Davis, he's looking, trying to figure out which way I want to try to get around that 78 machine. And that, you look at that, bright pink, beautiful number 29 machine he's got going.
That Beast Mode 29, he is vibing in pink right now. And you know what? I'm all about that on his race car right there. But as we see that, look at the run Randy Mullins got. He was able to come up there and give him a high five on the back door of the 29. Is now the 54 is going to take it to the high side of the racetrack. He lost that momentum, though, as you see him got loose there at the center of the corner there. But he's making that high line work right now, and that's probably because he saved his tires here at the opening stint. If you save those tires at the beginning, you can really make that high line work later on in the run, and that's what we're seeing right now is the 54s putting the 78 of Wayne Bowen under all kinds of duress as they're just about side by side.
Side by side, that is right. Beautiful things going on. But look at that driver right there in the 83, Tim Wortman Jr. You know what? And you're going to be excited for this too, Matt. We're going to show you Tim Wortman Jr. actually driving around here in these driver cameras. Right?
Hey, exactly. Hashtag full send in the words of Cletus McFarland. And Barry Sanders is not giving up. He is keeping that 88 wound up like a top on the high side of that racetrack. Oh, as the 54 brushes the wall, that's going to back him up to the 88.
Some action going on. Man, you know where Barry Sanders is right now? It's just this group is so close together. You know, one little mistake with a driver hitting the wall, it could mess up quite a few drivers' rhythm, and it can mess up their race if they just get it in just right.
Well, you know, and as you say that, if you look who's coming into this picture in 10th place, Jeff Taylor is really able to capitalize on all the 54 in the wall. He's going to have to keep it up there. He just lost about 4 or 5 positions. But as I was saying, Jeff Taylor was just sitting there kind of like what we've seen Hunter Carmichael doing about 10 laps ago, watching these guys just throw punches at each other, kind of like Knockout back on the Nintendo days, able to save his tires, keep everything nice and lean and mean inside that race car. And he was able to come up there and starting to challenge for some of these positions as we've seen him now closing in on the 11.
Yeah, Barry just made that pass on the 11. Oh, I believe Tim Mormon Jr. up into the wall.
Yeah, he just took it to the house right there up on the high side of the racetrack and got a face full of fence. Let's be honest, these next-gen race cars are very tough, but you can't be doing that all race long because you can easily break a toe link on these race cars, the one weak spot on this new platform, if you will.
And that's what one thing iRacing has done really cool with is just, barely touching the wall. It can mess up your car just enough that you have to figure out how to actually control your car because it's going to act a lot different.
Yeah, and as a driver, you have to be able to react to that in real time. A lot of times it'll knock the toe out on the race car. You're going to have to, figure out where your new center is inside, as you're going 160, 70 miles an hour in the race car. So that's absolutely something these drivers have to keep in mind. Oh, it's another plume of smoke there, as I believe that was the Hunter Carmichael getting into the wall as he's fallen back now, perhaps went a little bit too hard in the early going of this race.
I'm going to say, almost 3 wide coming into that. Ooh, and there's more wall grinding going on. 2 cars wall grinding. I think, tonight's moral of the story is wall grinding. I think that's what we're going to stick with.
Oh, if you can't find it, grind it. And the 3 just made a hole in between the Jeff Taylor car and Barry Sanders. I think he actually got into his teammate a little bit there, too, as well.
Well, to let everybody know, too, stage break for tonight is on lap 45 and lap 90. So we're going to be seeing, we're on lap 38 right now. Just a little bit longer, and that first stage will come out tonight. But for being a basically winter series recruitment race, 0 caution so far, knock on wood, these drivers are definitely doing a heck of a job here at Kansas Speedway.
Yeah, speaking of doing a heck of a job, Kenny Capola, as we go back to the front of this piece, he is out on a Sunday drive right now. He has almost a 3-second lead on Aaron Matthews. And Brandon, I'm telling you, when you picked him out, as he cut and sliced and diced through the field there and got to the lead with under 20 laps, I was thinking to myself, this is the last thing you want to do is give Kenny that big old cup of motivation and give him that vibe back that he had last season, especially in the early part. And that's exactly what he's doing right now. He is looking like the Kenny Capola of the early season last year, and he is out there right now just dominating as he continues to pull away from Aaron Matthews.
And we talked about him as being last year's champion. He was actually also the previous year. So this is his 2nd championship under his belt. Can he go for a 3rd next season?
When it comes to Kenny Capola, Mr. Excitement, anything is possible for this driver. I mean, he is just so good at any type of racing surface you put him on. I mean, heck, there's a rumor going around a couple of years ago he lapped the field at Sonoma on an Xbox controller. Now, I haven't been able to confirm that, but watching him race there and put a couple wins up on the board as well, I might add, I certainly think there's some plausibility to that story. But, yeah, certainly Kenny Capola, I mean, he's certainly a favorite. I think anytime he hops into a race car in any series for that matter.
Most definitely. And I thank you so much, Shane Davis, giving me an update on driver cams. Can't hear us talk, so I'll have to fix that. Man, look at me, just being a rookie, trying to get everything situated. Man, I'm messing everything up tonight.
You know what? Sometimes this is what happens. You do this, 1,000 times, Brandon, and then, when you kick off something new, when, the spotlight's on you, what's going to happen? Things tend to sometimes, not go as planned, but we'll get it sorted out. We'll get it figured out here. But then again, we apologize to everybody. But then again, as you said, they can't hear us.
Yep, but at least, during the normal, just when I have the driver cams on, they couldn't. But, man, it's just all the pressure, But, hey, we're getting through it. We're going to have some fun while doing this. But, for having 24 drivers here tonight, we got a good-sized field. I didn't realize we had 24 drivers show up for tonight's race.
Yeah, 24 drivers, 24 haulers in the field. I know I'm being scored there in the 25th position. However, I am not on the racetrack. I am up here in the booth. Jeff Carson right now being scored in that 24th place position. I believe he is still on the racetrack, just doesn't have the performance in that race car here, especially, or at least in the early going, as we close in on the end of stage 1.
Checking out Bobby Justice right now, currently in 11th place, having a decent run here tonight. I'm kind of going through a couple of these drivers that, Joshua Battles, I've seen him in previous leagues, like we mentioned earlier. He's one of those contenders we want to keep an eye on, but he's just sitting back there having a great run. Looks like he's about to get lapped down by Kenny at the moment. But, Joshua is one of those drivers that I've seen him have so much respect for, lap traffic and getting out of the way and everything, but yellow flag is out for our stage break of tonight.
Yellow flag out, stage number 1 in the history books, and Kenny, Mr. Consignment Capola, takes stage 1 in a dominating fashion. This is going to obviously re-rack, restack the field. Going to see some green flag pit stops, but man, I mean, I got goosebumps right now, Brandon, watching what the 77 did out there in stage 1. He just seems like he is on another planet right now. Perhaps got a little bit of a hybrid setup in his race car, and it is vibing here tonight as he clearly was the dominant force in the first stage of the race.
He definitely was. Well, ladies and gentlemen, real quick, we're going to go on a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Are you tired of paying too much for tires and auto repair? Come to my family at Dr. Tire.
We carry nearly all brands of tires,
Including Michelin, Continental, Bridgestone, and Mastercraft.
and we have one of the largest inventories in Genesee County.
Basic quote, we will beat it.
We offer many services including lifts, wheels, engines, brakes, and more.
Plus, on most of our jobs, we offer a 2-year, 24,000-mile warranty.
Come see our family at Delta Tire.
Where we'll save you money.
Barbecue Beast sauces are made from scratch using quality ingredients to create a truly delicious barbecue taste. Try our original Beast sauce, sweet with a kick. Turn up the heat with Spicy Beast, Hot Beast, and Carolina Beast. Or experience the award-winning taste of our Curry Beast and On the Bay Beast sauces. Owned and operated locally by the power of women veterans, these quality sauces are versatile and made for everyone. Great for grilling and the perfect way to complement your favorite foods. Barbecue Beast, the exceptional barbecue sauce.
All right, we're back here while everything is loading back up. I had to restart some stuff for our stream, but the race off of pit road looks like Kenny is going to beat everybody off of pit road. They're great start by him, especially being our stage 1 winner here. Maybe we could pull him up here real quick, see how he's doing, see what it takes to keep himself up front. Let's see if we can pull him up real quick. Hey, Kenny, this is Brandon and Matt in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
What's going on, fellas?
Oh, not too much, bud. Look at you having a great time out there tonight.
Yeah, man, it's fun. I love this place. Be able to get up on that wall and just rip the lip.
Well, bud, what does it take? You know, you've got stage 1 win. What does it take to get yourself to stay up front and have a great, run and try to take the one home tonight?
The clean air is definitely crucial. Track position is going to be key. Saving tires the first 15 to 20 laps is a definite must. You go out too hard and you'll start falling through the field like a couple of the guys that went out a little hard early. So pretty much just taking care of your tires and staying within the top 10 is probably going to be the ticket to have a shot at the end.
Well, look at you. You got yourself 2 champions under your belt. We really haven't got the chance to talk to you about it. How does that make you feel?
It's pretty awesome. The coolest thing about the Moonshiners, too, is these guys, there's a lot of dedicated drivers in here, and this league from last year compared to this year is just a completely different league. Everybody's gotten so much better, and the competition's so much tighter now. It's hard to come out and just win races when you got probably 15 or 20 guys that could come out on any given night and win the race. So definitely awesome to pick up my second championship, especially now that the competition is so much better.
Most definitely. Well,
Hey,
Kenny,
Matt, congratulations on winning stage number 1. Man, you're looking scary good out there tonight. I know it's the Winter Series, perhaps maybe a little bit of a hybrid setup in that race car.
Yeah, I'm just out here having fun. I probably won't make the whole season, but I'll pick and choose when I want to come out and try to set the bar for these guys, man.
Well, hey, it's a pleasure to have you out there on the racetrack. Anytime we get to watch you do your thing out there, man. Good luck the rest of the way through. And so far, it looks like you got one heck of a race car. Good luck the rest of the way, my man.
Appreciate it, fellas.
most definitely. Good luck, bud.
Bye, Brandon.
Alrighty, that was Kenny there tonight. Getting ready to go back. Green flag racing, Matt. It is time. You ready to have some more fun since we got things straightened out?
Let's go. Pace car is going to pull off, come down pit road. Kenny Capula, he is going to have the trigger. Kyle Holden in the 59 ride on the outside. Here comes the Geico restart zone. The 77 is going to stand on it. And these V8s roaring back through the heavens as they climb back up to the gearbox, roaring towards turns 1. And Kenny Capula gets a great restart as he's going to clear the field. The 5 has a great restart as well as he now jumps into that second place position, and it's a hornet's nest behind him as Kyle Holden and Chris Davis going at it for third.
Beautiful run going on through the whole thing, but I'm just wondering, since these drivers got some fresh tires, who's going to make some big moves really early? Do you think they're going to do that, or are we going to save since we still have stage 2 going to be coming up here in a little while?
I'm watching the driver in that 5th place position right now, the HMFIC of the league, Barry Sanders in the 88. He got caught in so many dumpster fires last season. I think right now it's the Winter Series. He's tired of not getting in victory lane. He is going to put the hurting on these Goodyears, and he is going to try and get to the front of this piece. As you see, he's already taken it to the top side of the racetrack, going after the pretty in pink 29 ride of Chris Davis.
He's definitely having a great battle here, but the driver right behind him, Wayne Bowen, also keeping an eye. He was looking there for a little bit, but we haven't gave him much stuff back here. Nicholas Atwood right now in the 24, holding on to 19th place, having a great run back here. A driver that we really haven't heard much about. And let's see how he's going to do in this 24 machine, because right in front of him, he's got Jeremiah Mullins. And just to let you know, Matt, Jeremiah is not related to Randy. I did find that one out.
I was going to ask you if there was a correlation there, but thanks for debunking that one. Nicholas Atwood, there's a driver in the 24, as he's got a great run. He's going to make quick work of the 19 there. He knows how to get around these racetracks. I compete against him in another series, the Midday Racing Series, noon on Fridays. And he's a wheel man. He knows how to get it done. As he's ripping the bottom right now is now Darren Mills in that 19th place position, starting to come into the picture as well.
He definitely is. Man, there's, looking at right now, Steven Gibson having a good run in that 43, riding the high line. But you know what I've been watching? Have you noticed a lot of...
the wall.
I was just going to see that. Have you noticed a lot of drivers now riding the low line instead of the high line now?
Yeah, and I think that's going to happen as this track takes rubber. You know, the track ambient air temperature comes down. So I think we're going to continue to see that lane shuffle, if you will, as we go over the course of the race. The other thing I'm starting to see here is the 43 has got a case of bug nose going on. The front of that Camry's all caked in and kicked up.
You know what that is? That's going to help the dynamic of the car. We're going to see him become an astronaut, and he's going to fly over all the cars and get to the front.
You know, sometimes I really think there's an advantage at certain racetracks to having that makeover on the front fascia of the race car. We're going to have to see if he can deploy some wings here and do exactly as you just scripted.
Back, I don't know if these cars do it as much. I haven't seen it in a long time. But remember when these cars, or actually I think it was more of the Gen 6 or Gen 5, whatever ones that were older, but they usually went hoodless. You always had the car go hoodless. I felt like the cars actually did better hoodless than actually having a hood on them.
Yeah, hoods, no hoods. If it's fast and on the verge of out of control, you're probably sitting pretty good at the end of the day.
Definitely. But right now, Aaron Matthews as your leader in front of Kenny, holding on to the lead. He has led 7 laps here so far tonight. Let's see how many more can Aaron Matthews hold on and keep with 59 laps completed out of 200. Man, oh man. Kenny's got some competition out there tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, Aaron Matthews, he is a chronic tire abuser, and I mean that with all due respect. You give him a fresh set of Goodyears, and he will put the pepper to him. And that's exactly what we're seeing right now. I often say he should be a tire tester out there in real life, you know, in some of these test sessions, because no one will rip it harder than Aaron Matthews with the set of Dr. Feelgoods on the race car. And you're right, was able to get around Kenny Capola. But I think Kenny's just doing what he does as a veteran driver. He knows you can't go 110% every single lap of the race right now. In fact, as we say that, he's starting to inch back in on the 5. But hey, nonetheless, it takes a stout driver inside the cockpit to go out there and pass the driver of the 77. And he's got the torch right now. And Kenny still has to go back there and take it from him as he's getting some pressure from the 59 Kyle Holden.
Over on YouTube real quick, in the chat out there, D. Wimble out there. What's up, everyone? Good to see you, bud. Thanks for joining in. Hope you're doing very well out there tonight. All right, let's looking back here. I'm trying to keep up on my laps here. I believe, I'm just curious, after stage 2, do you think these drivers are going to have to come in for a full full tank of fuel and some tires?
Well, I think that's the $1 million question, kind of, right? And I think that a lot of that's an unknown right now because we don't know how the later portions of this race is going to shake out. I mean, certainly if it stays green, I think, a little bit of an insurance policy, some of the veteran drivers, they're going to probably make sure, that they have enough fuel and tire in the race car to go to distance. Perhaps some of these newcomers here that want to make a big splash early, as they're newcomers in the series, they may risk the biscuit, so to say, and go for it. But, I mean, if we go back here to the last couple races inside the Moonshiners Racing League here at Kansas, there has been a lot of mayhem late, and it has come down, to some incredible finishes. And for that factor, if it transitions that way, the best way to get the W then is to have 4 sticky, fresh tires on that race car. But again, I'm just speculating. We don't know because we're not there yet.
That's for sure. Riding on board with Hunter Carmichael right now, kind of a newer thing here. You can see how fast he's going, 181 to 184. And actually, he's about 8,000 RPM, 5th gear going around here. That's one thing if people don't know. These newer cars, they actually have 5 gears instead of 4. So it's a little bit more challenging for drivers to get these setups just right and actually what gears they want to use.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like in NASCAR forever, we had a 4-speed, H pattern type gearbox. Not in this new car. We went from, multiple lug nuts. Now we just have one single lug, and we have a sequential transmission now. So you still have a clutch inside the race car, but as you mentioned, to totally change the game up. Some of these tracks that we go through that in the past you wouldn't have to shift. Now you can shift. Martinsville being one of them, per se. So there's a lot of new challenges that come with this race car. You're absolutely right.
Well, we do have a lead change up front right now. Who took back the lead? Kenny Coppola holding on. He's led 35 laps here tonight. He's going to try to keep Aaron Matthews now behind him. But would you see who is in 3rd place right now, Matt?
The Sandman cometh, Barry Sanders, up there on the high side of the racetrack. And I'm telling you, I've spent enough time talking to Barry here towards the later portion as the last season, closed out. He's sick of just, being patient and getting caught in everyone else's garbage out there on the racetrack, or just being at the wrong place at the right time. And I think you're seeing him getting up on the wheel here, being more aggressive in that 88 machine. And he is now up to that 3rd place position. I mean, he's running some of the fastest times right now on the racetrack. In fact, last lap, fastest car on the track at a 30.66 compared to Kenny Cappola's 30.81. So the 88 is coming to the front.
He isn't moving. How many laps will it take? But he's got right behind him, have some company. He's having some. I'm trying to see who that is. My system is freaking out on me. But who is this? My system's all freaked out right now, Matt. There we go. Kyle. I was watching Kyle. He's kind of just been have the same pace as Barry. Now, while I say that, Kyle takes that low line, changing it up a little bit. But watch the lap time. Barry and Kyle there for a moment was having some good laps.
They're both having great lap times right now. You're talking just about a couple hundredths separating the both of them right now as they run in that 3rd and 4th place position. Holden last time was at a 4.7. Barry Sanders was at a 4.4. And then you take the draft equation into it, you'll see the 59 close in onto the back of the 88 at times. But the 88's getting such a strong run on the high side of the racetrack, he's really able to, take back the gap that he lost. Oh, as the 59 catches a piece of the wall there.
That is not good. Not good at all. Do not want to touch that wall, but that's oh man, that could be somebody's worst nightmare. But you know what I've noticed? When drivers, back in the day, when somebody hit that wall, you could really spin out very easily. And I've noticed with the drivers actually touching the wall, they're actually able to hold on to these cars a lot better than they used to.
Yeah, I mean, and the way that these drivers are hitting the wall, it almost looks like you're at a Friday night local track in the modifieds when you see that white plume of smoke go up in the air when they just graze the wall, when they're turning, the fastest lap times out there they possibly can, because they're getting all the good used up, at that racetrack, has this to give those drivers. And that's what you're seeing right now with some of these guys. It's very reminiscent. I don't know how much of a beating, these next-gen cars can take if that trend continues all night long, because at some point, these totalings have to give out. That's the weak spot.
Yeah, that's, and I feel like once that happens, your night's over with. I don't know when those totalings go, you're basically, you're done for the night, aren't you?
Well, keep in mind, these drivers don't have any fast repairs, so they don't have that joker in the sleeve as far as having a fresh car waiting for them in the pits if they need it. As long as you don't run into a Bluetooth suspension situation, you can bring it down pit road, but you can get it fixed. But it's going to take, a substantial amount of time. It would definitely take you out of contention.
Right now, and I didn't mention this earlier, but I forgot to mention, tonight's here at Kansas Speedway, the track temperature right now is 72 degrees. It is 68 degrees outside with a 7-mile-per-hour southwest wind. So the track temperature being a little bit cooler, that's definitely going to help some drivers out.
Yeah, and I think that's why we're seeing, the speeds that we are right now. I mean, even this far into the run, Kenny Capola is still in on the lower side of the 30-second time bracket here. Is now Aaron Matthews involved in the Hornets' Nest dogfight of his own as he caught the wall the lap before, the 59 of Holden, able to get around him, up 12 spots from where he started. And since we were talking about speeds and lap times, 30:47 for Kyle Holden last time by.
Dang, he's got some lap times. I'm watching now Barry Sanders holding on to 5th. Great battle in front of him. He's got the 29 and the 5 side by side. One low, one high. Curious to see how that's going to happen because they got another driver in front of him, Kyle. Kind of just, Kyle, have been watching Kyle. One of them's been trying to get the draft, and then Kyle changes his lane, and the other one gets the draft. So Kyle's been playing a little bit of a game going back and forth, and it's kind of been fun watching these drivers trying to get behind that draft of him.
Yeah, that mental chess game, if you will, and that's sometimes a component that you can't see, when you're watching a broadcast or you're at a race in real life. And that really can be maximized, especially with the way the aerodynamic the aerodynamic capabilities of this race car, especially at a 1.5 mile racetrack where you can really use that dirty air to your advantage. And I think that's exactly what's being played out there right now in reference to the battle you were speaking of.
It's been fascinating to watch. Now, while I said that, looks like the 29 and the 5 not side by side anymore. Looks like 29 is going to take that position from him. And now it's just basically a single file, but up front, Kenny, like we mentioned earlier, a beautiful gap all the way from second place. He's just kind of minding his own business, doing his own thing, just saying, look at me, guys. I'm just sitting out here. I'm going to take stage number 2 here in a little bit. Why not? Stage 1, why not take stage 2? Maybe he'll take all 3 tonight.
I know he kind of dodged my question when we interviewed him there. Oh, as he caught the wall, before he took the green flag getting into stage 2. But this car is looking like the T-Rex car back from the 97 All-Star race when Jeff Gordon went out there and just put a clinic on the field. The next day, NASCAR said that car is not going to be legal tomorrow. And I really think Kenny Capola's got something hot underneath that race car as far as the setup he's been working on, because he is just walking away from the field again as he almost has a 2-second advantage over Chris Davis.
Oh man, that is amazing. Yeah, I like how you said that. It just made me chuckle because it really reminds me of that day. That was a great time.
Yeah, it certainly was, and and don't forget, Kenny, when it comes to the setups over at Watson, he is the guy. So with as much time as he spends playing with setups, if you wanted to test something out and see how it's going to perform over 200 laps, perfect time to do it. And we'll if we interview him after this race is over, if he finishes inside the top 3, which looks like that's a high probability right now, we'll see if we can get him to break and come clean, because that car is too darn good right now.
It definitely is. But, hopefully we didn't give him the broadcaster's curse, because usually when I talk so good about somebody, and usually there's that broadcast curse of somehow I messed them up. So hopefully maybe he's not listening to the broadcast and we'll be okay.
My heart just sank when you said that. You're not wrong. That is a thing. That can happen. But as long as Kenny keeps the car right where he is and out of lap traffic, I think he'll be perfectly fine.
He definitely. Right now, looking at Chris Davis holding on to second place here, 1.3 seconds back. Having a great run. Let's see if he can actually close it in on Kenny here. You know, them two I've watched, and especially Shane, Chris's brother. Them two been, from when I first started broadcasting, they were on their own team. They just did their own thing, and then they got involved with Kenny's in his group, and the outcome they have from the beginning to now is out. It's just outstanding. Them two have been up front battling and giving Kenny the competition that he loves to see at times. So I'm just excited to see Chris Davis having a great time tonight. Doing what he has to, just riding it out with our stage coming up here in just a little while. He's doing what he's got to. Saving that car, kind of, he's learning. He's right now kind of just seeing what his car can handle, knowing when we get done with stage 2 that what he can or cannot do going into the last part of the race.
Well, in the second that, you see beast mode on the side of that race car, he's got a great mentor as far as a teammate goes, and that's Kenny Coppola, who's out there leading this thing. So in Chris Davis right now, I know he's a younger driver, but he's got, he's probably in one of the best positions to be in this league, especially, from a learning standpoint, someone you can look up to when you have, Kenny Coppola to lean on. Is Chris Davis solidly runs in that second place position. Biggest mover of the race, though, right now, Kyle Holden just behind him in the 59 ride, currently owns that third place position, having a strong run thus far as well.
That is awesome. Definitely having a great run out there. I wish I had my thing and was able to see that, but, I'm not sure if you can see, but who's got the fastest lap out there tonight?
I think you asked me who currently owns the fastest lap of the race right now, and that's going to be Kenny Coppola right now. Fast lap, and that's going to be a 30:44. That's the quick time on the board so far tonight.
Dang. That's crazy. Just the difference between qualifying and getting into the race. Everybody has these different setups, but during practice and into the race, we were running in the 29s, and now with being the fastest in the 30s, that's just kind of a cool difference of what earlier in the day to actually later in the night shows.
Yeah, and just as I say that, Aaron Matthews goes up there and puts up the new hot one at a 30:35.
He heard us talk. He's like, I don't want Kenny to have the fastest lap. I'm going to show you how it's done. Here it is. That's what he does.
That's impressive, especially given the amount of laps that they currently have on the tires. As we're now 89 laps into this piece, approaching halfway, which is going to be at that 100 lap mark.
And I believe our stage 2 break will be on lap 90, which it should be this time by here. We should see that yellow flag wave in just a moment. So with that being said, we have had 0 cautions here so far tonight besides our stage break. And these drivers, we still almost have everybody besides, I think, 2 or 3 drivers. We still have everybody in the race tonight, and I believe that's around 21 drivers. That is incredible.
Yeah, everyone out there has been clean so far, as you said. Sometimes these boys like to have a little moonshine before they get out there and jump in their rig, and they'll start thrashing and bashing early. Not tonight, as that caution flag back in the air. Beast mode performance owns the top 2 spots as Kenny Coppola now 2 for 2. He's your stage 2 winner.
2 for 2, man. Well, since we got a quick second, why not go through our sponsors here real quick? Want to give a big shout out to Barbecue Beast Sauce. You want some phenomenal barbecue sauce, head on over their Facebook or go to their website and get you some. My opinion, I think it's better than Sweet Baby Ray's, but that's just my opinion. So we appreciate them coming on board. Also to Delta Tire, local business here in Michigan. If you want some new tires or need some front end alignments or things like that, they can hook you up. We appreciate, especially being a mom and pop's place. Head on over there and look them up, Delta Tire. Also to Sheath Underwear, use promo code NOLIFT. You can get 20% off, so thank you to Sheath. And also all of our sponsors out here for the league, like Green River Tire. I was trying to think who else is out there tonight. Trying to think for our leagues. I don't want to miss them all. But while I'm pulling them up, I also appreciate everybody coming in here tonight, especially with the beginning of the race, having our mess ups. But we appreciate, you letting those drivers come out, have some fun, giving us the company in the chat. Thank you, everybody. But here we go. Here's the race down pit road. Looks like Kenny's going to try to lead everybody in. Let's see, 29. Do not want to make a mistake, though. You do not want to slide through the pit box. You want to make sure you can get in that perfect spot. That's where a lot of drivers can make mistakes and can cost you quite a few positions. So you do not want to do that. So let's see let's see the race off of pit road here. We do have our pit road. Let's go to our green cones. Why not? Here's the race off. Look at that beautiful, I believe the 29 actually was able to beat, he was able to beat everybody off of pit road. Chris Davis. Great job. So while Chris Davis gets back on the track, we'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
Are you tired of paying too much for tires and auto repair? Come see my family at Delta Tire.
We carry nearly all brands of tires,
Including Michelin, Continental, Bridgestone, and Mastercraft.
and we have one of the largest inventories in Genesee County.
Raise the quote. We will beat it.
We offer many services including lifts, wheels, engines, brakes, and more.
Plus, on most of our jobs, we offer a 2-year, 24,000-mile warranty.
Come see our family at Delta Tire.
Where we'll save you money.
They'll definitely save you some money. Appreciate them. But we are getting ready. Everybody's lining back up here, waiting for the pace car to get all situated. So who is going to do it? We'll pull somebody else up here for an interview, see how everybody's doing out there tonight. Let's see who we can pull up, though. Let's pull up Chris Davis, see if he's out there. Hey, Chris, this is Brandon and Matt in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir.
All right, look at you able to beat everybody off of pit road. Having a great night so far, man. You've been showing us some moves out there, trying, holding on to second, trying to beat Kenny. What does it take to keep that 29 in front and keep your buddy there behind you?
You know as well as I do, Kenny's hard to beat, so I think it's just going to be a little bit of tire conserving and just keeping the car off that wall. I watched Kenny tap the wall a few times, and you end up getting about 12.5 seconds of damage, and it really tightens the car up. So hate to see it, but I kind of hope he taps it a few more times to give me that little bit of an edge.
And and that's one thing is I was waiting for somebody to make a mistake, especially like touching the wall like that. That is one of those mistakes. So let's see if, basically do not make a mistake. Do what you got to do. Have some fun out there. Do you think where you're at right now, you're in a good spot to keep Kenny behind you, though?
No, I'll end up falling back probably about 5th, 6th spot here. I tend to take it pretty easy on the start, let these guys battle it out, and try to let them wear off their tires a little bit, and then hopefully long run I come blowing by them.
Heck yeah. Well, bud, I hope you have a great time out there. I'm not sure if Matt's back yet, but hopefully we can see you at the end of this and maybe talk to you in Victory Lane.
I appreciate it.
Yep.
And see, that was the strategy I was talking about a little earlier when you were asking me about getting down to the nit and grit here at the end of the race. And I kind of like, the strategy that he has. Let these guys go here at the beginning. Save your tires here. in the early portion of the race, especially if this thing continues to stay green like it has been.
I definitely agree with you, Matt. Yeah, I think what he's got is a great idea. You know, he's got his spot right now up front while we're getting ready to go back green flag, but why not go back to 5th, ride it out, save those tires, and work your way back up front? Here we go. Green flag. Beautiful start by that 29 machine. Kenny side by side with 2nd and 3rd here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All the way through side by side. We even got some 3 wide action. Oh, little grinded going on.
Yo, you ain't kidding me. That woulda, coulda, shoulda, but these guys kept it straight as we're continuing to climb back up to speed here. Now getting to that high gear. 77, Kenny Capola takes it to the top side, riding the fishbowl, and look who's coming with him. Captain Cougar, mate. Barry Sanders now in 3rd.
Changing it up a little bit through the field, but right now Aaron Matthews having a great run, holding on to, I believe, 5th place here. He was, last I knew, the fastest driver out there, but things could change. Drivers are going to change everything on us because I think it's go time. You know, we have at least 104 laps to go, and, you know, strategy, I believe. I want to say, Matt, we're going to see everybody come down pit road one more time because they are making a roughly about, 60 laps-ish?
Yeah, about 60 laps. That's what I have here, on my telemetry here as well. As we continue to see a massive dogfight right now, as you mentioned, Aaron Matthews there in that 7th place position. And he has just got a Noah's Ark situation around him as he's got the 3 of Hunter Carmichael, his teammate, hot on his bumper. And he also has challengers on the outside as the 59 Kyle Holden working with the 64 of Darren Mullins on the top shelf. Oh, get skinny as it's a 1-2 whack-a-mole as the 5 just took it on both sides from the front and back simultaneously.
Man, this is so close right here. We're on board on Aaron's roof cam right now, and there's times I don't think these drivers can fit a piece of paper in between them, how close they're getting into each other.
No, that just speaks to how good the talent in this series is when you can execute, tight, close quarters racing like that, and there's not a car trying to do a keg stand going through the fence. I mean, let's just face it, it's very easy for everything to go wrong quick, fast, and in a hurry in those types of situations. But these guys here, they know how to keep it pointed straight, and that had disaster written all over it. Is now the 83 of Wortman Jr. takes it down to the apron of the racetrack as he's going at it with the 5 ride there as well. He's going to get the spot there on an Evel Knievel type move as he took it all the way to the flatlands, and that takes some pretty big lug nuts on that race car to go down there and send it to the flat and bring it up on the banking the way that he did. Is the 2 of Darren Mullins, or Darren Mills. Where did he come from? He is a ton of steam on the high side. He's going to get Atwood and Jeff Taylor in one corner.
Man, oh man, where did Darren come from? He is, like you said, that is just crazy. He's our silent but deadly guy here tonight.
Well, sometimes that's a good thing.
Oh.
He's found something in Mama's Kitchen because he just came like a rocket from, I think he restarted in 19th.
Thank you for not disappointing me on that one.
No problem. But but he is now up on the back of the 5. Perhaps Darren Mills has figured something out because that 2 car really coming to life.
That's what I love about this track, though. It's just how close of action that happens around here. Kansas, it's just like a couple other tracks like that, but it's not one of those tracks where everybody gets separated and has like 2-second gaps in between each other. It doesn't. That's about 1.4, but they're so close. It could be worse, but they're so close.
Well, to the demographic that says, 1.5 mile cookie cutter racetracks don't produce exciting racing. That's the thing of the past now. That's one thing that this next gen car has brought back is the side-by-side, high-octane, high-action racing at these mile-and-a-half racetracks. It's hurting a little bit right now in the short track department, but you're seeing it right here, right now, a 1.5-mile speedway, and these guys are out there throwing haymakers at each other at times as they're racked and packed on top of each other all the way through the field.
Definitely. You know what? I think you know what time it is. I think right now, Matt, it is time to crank it up and listen into these cars just fly by around here, because we're going to go on to our wall cams of the night. What do you think?
Let's crank it up. Go full set.
Kind of like just going to actually a NASCAR race, and this is what you'd hear, just sitting there and the cars just fly by. I just love those camera angles.
And the realism that you're able to achieve through modern sim racing and those camera angles, I couldn't agree with you more. It's just like being there as if you were at the racetrack watching these guys do battle out there right now.
That battle, that number 2 and the 83, the 2 up high riding the wall, the 83 close to the basement, having a great battle here while he's got some company in front of him of that number, I believe, 78. Let's see what, Tim's been kind of just riding that back bumper of that 78 machine. I'm wondering, will he make that move and give him a little bit of bump and take that run, because he's staying very close.
Well, they better do something, because the 2 with Darren Mills just said, I don't need the draft. I got this. Hold my beer. And he went and took the spot from the 78-83. The 2 is cooking right now. Mills is coming to life.
Mr. Silent but Deadly making a move to the front. He's doing what he's got to do. That's amazing how you just worded that, of how they were really working it hard down to the bottom, and he just, like you said, holding my beer. He just made that move look so easy.
Yeah, and he continues to claw, towards the front of this piece. I was getting a little worried there, just thinking, that Darren Mills just had a, I'm seeing red kind of moment, and he's out for blood right now, because we typically don't see this type of a charge out of the 2, that he'd be burning his stuff up. But he's still got plenty of life in those good years, because he is running some of the fastest lap times out there right now on the racetrack. At last time by, he was a 30:44, and that is the same exact lap time that race leader Barry Sanders ran that last time back.
And speaking of Barry, our leader right now, we mentioned him earlier, but look at how he's having a great run right now. He's got Randy right behind him, just keeping him some company. But Kenny falling back to 4th, which that's one of those Kenny moves. Kind of just, we've seen that before, where, hey, I'll lead for a while, I'll let somebody else lead for a little bit, but I'll work my way back up there in just a little bit.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Oh, a 54 just doinks it off the fence, as the 88 kind of threw the block on him a little bit there. But Barry Sanders, another driver that is chomping at the bit right now, he has come clawing through the field, up 9 spots, and he's got that 88 out in clean air right now. And I'm telling you, he's going to be a force in this race as well before this thing's said and done.
And you mentioned earlier how Barry just had some rough times. Maybe this Winter Series will help him just get comfortable, get back, figure everything out, and next season he's just going to be the Hail Mary of the night or of the season, and he's going to show us how he can get multiple wins. Maybe this is the night that will turn everything around for him in that button box machine. Kyle Holden right now. Ooh, sorry to interrupt you. He's kind of just riding with Kenny at the moment. He almost touched the wall quite a few times there, just the quick glimpse I watched.
Yeah, Kyle Holden, that's exactly what he's doing. He's holding on for the ride right now as he is flirting with the fence. It seems almost every lap around this racetrack. You mentioned Barry Sanders in the RS button boxes. Well, he's pushing the right buttons right now because he's currently pulling away from the 54, almost a half-second advantage to the 88.
Wow, that is definitely a good comparison here. But watching the battle right now of Chris Davis having a side-by-side action here with, I believe, Kyle. I wonder if Kyle got into the wall a little bit and he's having a little bit of a fight with his car, because I feel like he's having a little bit of a harder time trying to get that into a handle. Actually, that was Hunter Carmichael. I was watching the battle with 29, but I was watching Kyle Holden there for a quick moment.
Yeah, there's battles all over this racetrack right now. Kyle Holden's still under duress. I mean, you got, throughout the entire field right now, with the exception of Barry Sanders, Chris Davis, Kyle Holden, you have the 3 there, as well as Hunter Carmichael, as he's going to try to take the spot, as he's got some drafting help on the high side, and he is now going to clear the 29 going into the corner, and he's going to keep it locked up top. Let's see if he can get the 59 here coming off as well.
Oh, they got some other traffic involved here, so it's going to be a challenge. Hunter Carmichael and I believe Darren Mullins being involved.
Yeah, Darren Mullins there as well in that 64 machine just in front of the 3. He gets loose off the top. You can see the car do the jig there, but able to keep the momentum now as he keeps it just in front of Kyle Holden in the 59.
Man, loosey-goosiness going on for sure. Oh, some more loosey-goosiness. Woo!
You can tell that this track is really picking up some grip as those temperatures continue to come down, and these drivers are feeling more confident as they are on the brink of just that edge of grip that they have in these bigger Goodyear Eagles, because you can see them walking the line there right now. That's how quick this racetrack is right now.
Yeah, when you mentioned the temperatures, just an update about that. Track temp 71, air temp 68 right now. So it definitely getting cooler and cooler while the lights on the track getting brighter and brighter because that sun is going away.
Yeah, it's going away quick, fast, and in a hurry. Oh, he almost lost his race car there, too, as he gets loose again on the top.
Man, that was close, almost 3 wide there for a quick moment. That 59 right now is just watching this craziness going on. So is Aaron Matthews. I'm waiting for them to go 3 wide because, man, Darren has been, riding that middle line. Hunter wants the high, and Chris wants the low. And speaking of it, 3 wide right now.
There it is. We said at the same time. Hunter Carmichael gets in the wall. He's still in the fence. Always going to squeeze his teammate to get through. Killamore probably had bigger eyes than a deer in hunting season.
Ruh-roh, Raggy, man, oh man. That was, we went 4 wide even that time.
Get skinny. And that's all I'm going to say.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think he's going to have to check his drawers after that one.
He's going to have to check his whole fire suit. Because I know if I was in that race car, I would be right now.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I think my hands would be sweaty, and I would be, I don't know. Yeah.
Especially if you ate mom's spaghetti.
Definitely. We're speaking of, where is Mr. Where is he? Hold on. Darren Mills. Where is Mr. Silent but Deadly?
Mr. Silent but Violent. He got the good out of the good years, and he is falling back to 19th.
Oh, but the guy that's definitely loving it up there, Mr. Barry Sanders, having a great run. Has led 24 laps here so far, 123 laps completed out of 200, meaning only 78 laps to go here tonight. Woohoo!
Yeah, this race is just flying by. Caution 3. A little uncharacteristic of what we've seen here during the regular season, but Barry Sanders enjoying a 1.4 second lead over Kenny Capola, who has now clawed his way back to second and just happens to be a little bit quicker out there on the racetrack. But without a shadow of a doubt, this is the most dominated. This is probably the biggest dominating performance, or I shouldn't say dominating. This is probably some of the best driving I've seen out of the 88 car in some time as he's out there has continued to lead this piece.
I believe we have a yellow on the
Okay.
track.
Please don't be the 77.
Oh, there is quite a few drivers I see, and number 11 being involved.
Paul Gallimore there in the 11 involved. What went wrong?
I'm not sure. I'm going to have to physically rewind it. Decided not to follow that. Just looks like a little bit of contact. Oh, a little bit of bubble.
And while all that's going on, here comes the freight train down pit road, becomes the most popular spot on the racetrack. Is Kenny Capola knocking on the back door of the 88 as they both have their sights set on the pit stalls. Could this race be won on pit road here tonight?
I think Kenny was just giving him a little bit of love, just saying, hey, good job, Barry, having a great run out there.
I couldn't agree with you more. That was Kenny's way of saying, I see you, 88.
Oh, but that's one thing, you know, what these drivers have, they have so much respect for each other. It looks like race off of pit road, Barry gets it.
Man, he has got the demons inside that race car tonight. Barry Sanders really has got the wick turned up, gets it done on pit road. He beats Kenny Capola off. I mean, that's impressive right there. I mean, Kenny's so good getting on and off pit road, and Barry says, watch this, I can do it too, as he keeps that RS Button Box's Chevrolet out in front, but he's going to have a fierce lineup right behind him on this restart, is he'll have Kenny Capola, Chris Davis, his teammate Aaron Matthews, and Kyle Holden, who has been putting on a show, flirting with the wall a lot at times in fifth.
Well, you know what? Why not pull up that guy real quick, Barry Sanders, and see how he's feeling? What you think?
Let's dial him up.
All right, All right, here he is. He's all yours.
Barry Sanders, Matt, and Brandon up in the booth. You got me, bud.
Say what now?
I said, Matt and Brandon up in the booth. You got me, bud.
Oh, what's up, boys?
Hey, you tell me what's up, man. You're out there right now just getting up on that wheel. This is probably the most dominating performance I've seen out of you in quite some time, Barry. You look like you're fired up out there tonight, my friend.
I don't know if it's dominating or not, but it's nice to be out front in clean air and lead some laps anyway. It's been a minute.
You know, we were saying at the top of the broadcast, you know, earlier, how you were just caught in so many dumpster fires the past season, and you're probably out there just going for it all tonight, and that seems to be reminiscing, watching you driving out there. What do you think you got for the rest of these guys?
Just depends on how it plays out, man. You know how good these guys are behind me, so the league's gotten so much better. I mean, that was the first caution of the night, so that should tell you something. So it's I don't know, man. We'll just see how it goes. Lost a little bit of confidence over the last season, so like I said, it's just nice to lead some laps and be out front for a little bit. A little sweaty. I know Kenny was tracking us down there toward the end of that run, but like I said, it was just nice to be out in clean air leading a little bit.
Yeah, there you go, man. And I agree with you. I know last season got a little rough for you to get ready to go back to green, but no better medicine than being out in front leading laps. Look for the driver of the 88 to hold off the 77 and get his first win in race one of the winter season. Barry will let you get back to it as we get ready to go back green flag racing here once again from the 1.5 mile Speedway here in Kansas.
I think I pulled him too soon. My bad. I thought we were turn 3. Well, man, you know, from what we've seen so far, and Barry, you know, he said it perfectly. Just for how much this league has overcome from the couple of years, and seeing the talent we have now, you know, it's crazy and it's awesome. We've only had that first caution, and then that was honestly just looked like a bubble situation, not really a whoops, you know, somebody really caused something. It kind of just iRacing has those little glitches at times. It's not perfect. While Hunter Carmichael gives a little love.
A little bit of ARCA break going on there. As we go back to the green flag, and Barry Sanders murders it on the restart. What a job getting on the loud pedal. He's going to pull a couple car length gap over the 77 and the 29, and Chris Davis is there in a side-by-side dogfight. Barry Sanders clearly has the business face on inside that race car as he executes a flawless restart. Back up to speed, green flag back in the air from Kansas.
I'm still cracking up of the little bit of love contact going on before going green. I think Hunter Carmichael was ready. He was like, let's go.
He just went up there and wham. I mean, he hit him.
He really did. Man, that was funny to watch. But look at the battle right now. Two teammates kind of having some fun side by side for second and third. We got right now holding on to fourth and fifth. There's teammates going all around. Who's got the advantage? I was kind of curious what line Barry was going to take anyways, too, of the lineup, knowing they have two teammates going on. You got your teammate also. Would there have been a little bit of help or, timing? How would that play in effect? So I was kind of curious how he was going to do that.
Well, I think he was ready to go there, just timed it wrong there on the restart. But speaking of teammates, there's the 3 and the 5 side by side. That right there, of course, for the fourth place position. The 5, Aaron Matthews, right up against the fence where he likes to be. Carmichael ripping the bottom. Chris Davis just in front of him in the 29. And look who's coming into the picture in that 8th place position, up 9 spots. Nicholas Atwood, one of the newcomers.
Yeah, he's having a great run right now being in 8th place. Let's go back to him to see what he's doing. He's got Tim Wortman Jr. holding on in front of him. Kind of have some good battles going on, Atwood having, if he watches in front of him, he's got some amazing drivers in front. Maybe he can learn, see if he can do something a tad little different than those guys in front, and he can make some moves towards the front.
And that's something that's so valuable for, some of these drivers that don't have the experience that the Barry Sanders, the Aaron Matthews, the Kenny Capolas do. Nicholas Atwood really is going to doing his homework right now. He's doing exactly what you just said. He's watching, he's looking at the lines. Is there anything that he can be doing different? Can he pick up critical information and really maximize being up here inside the top 10? That's a great point you brought up there, Brandon.
Well, what he's also doing too is, being a new member of the league. It is challenging to come into a league and not know the talent, not know how these drivers race. Like a lot of these drivers, Kenny and Barry, they've all raced together for multiple races. So they know what they can and what they can't do with each other, where when you get a newcomer, they don't know. So with him, also watching the talent of what to do differently, he's also kind of just like facing up with somebody like, what can I do to get away with and try to make those moves and try not to cause big issues being a newcomer.
That's exactly right. And that's also a great way to earn respect, is being up there at the front contending, but without getting, not tearing up anyone else's race car at the same time as he continues to run in that 8th place spot. And look who is back on the charge again. From 18th position, Darren Mills now up to 13th as he takes it to those good years once again, and he's letting that dude ring out.
Mr. Silent but Deadly making a move once again. We need to put that on his car, Silent but Deadly. That's his new thing.
Well, he's got SWM, so he's close.
Oh, man, I just love it. You got to have a little bit of fun while doing this, and that's kind of love it. But look at that right in front of...
I mean, he's got something against Goodyear right now tonight, because he is just absolutely clobbering these tires on the restart. And I love watching it. But you mentioned right in front of him, that's going to be the 74 of Paul Whitley, who's currently in that 12th position, just outside the top 10.
Paul having a great time tonight. I believe he did start Where was it? I just saw it. He started in 20th place, and he's right now up 8 positions. So he's having a good run from the beginning of the race to now. Oh, man, gotta love it. But back up front, though, look at that. Aaron Matthews takes the lead from Barry Sanders. 2 teammates there. Aaron just saying, I want a piece of the cake now. He's going to take the lead and have some fun, see how long he can stay up there. He's led so far 19 laps tonight. But that guy right there in third place, Kenny Capola, what can he do for being in third? Is he making that move knowing, hey, it's time to go back up because we've only got 63 laps to go?
Yeah, 63 laps to go. And, Kenny Capola within a second of the lead right now. He's exactly 1 second behind Aaron Matthews and about, 0.6 of a second behind the 88 of Barry Sanders. So he's sitting right there where he wants to be right now. Not abusing his race car, taking it nice and easy, saving those good years for when it counts if we do remain green.
I believe for what we're seeing, we will. I think we're going to stay green. I might just jinxed it, but from watching these drivers having a great time and doing what they have to do, I think we're going to be having some fun.
Yeah, we've been having fun from the start of this green flag, or the start of this race, the initial drop of the green flag. I mean, we've had some close, tight, heated battles. We've had guys making holes open that weren't there, and all with only 1 caution flag. That's pretty impressive given the high intensity of this race here tonight.
Right now, Kyle and Hunter having a great battle side by side. They've been basically side by side for quite a few laps. I've been watching them. Tim Ortman Jr. has just been watching the show happen right in front of him, and he's just sitting there just as a sitting duck, just waiting. Because right behind him, we haven't really talked about holding on to 8th place. In that 93, Ryan Huff having a great night.
Yeah, up 16 spots. I mean, there's a driver we haven't really even touched on, I think, at all until right now, and he's just methodically worked his way up to that 8th place position. No doubt about it, Ryan Huff having a great run here in the opening night of the Winter Series.
Let's see. Oh, another driver in that 42 in 11th place, Zach Hinson, having a good run tonight. We haven't talked about him. He's just tad right outside of that top 10. Let's see if he can get around that number 64 of Darren and get him in the top 10.
Well, just hopefully he doesn't use the slogan, if you can't dodge it, ram it. He ran plastered all over Darren Mullins in the 64 car. Is Zach Hinson, a newcomer as well here in the series? I don't recall seeing that name in the round we just finished up in the 42 Legacy Motorsports car. But however, has a Toyota paint scheme on it, and I believe they are going to Toyota for the upcoming NASCAR season. So great job on keeping things relevant inside the 42 camp.
Ooh. I love how you pointed that out. I would have never thought of that. That's awesome. I would have, and honestly, I haven't really been paying attention much.
Pretty sure that Legacy Motor Club is transitioning to Toyota with support from Joe Gibbs Racing for the upcoming NASCAR season.
I want to say there's probably going to be a lot of changes over this off-season to going into the new season. I bet you a lot of places and a lot of teams are going to try to do different things.
So, speaking of doing different things, here comes SBD again. Darren Mullins, Darren Mills, I'm sorry, in the 2. He is now tracking, closing in on this battle. It's really going to become a 3-way affair here, if not a 4-way. When Darren Mills gets into the picture here, is Ryan Huff. He's got the high side covered. The 74, he is perfectly content in that middle line. And then the 42, he has been ripping the bottom. As Mills gets a big run off the top. He should be just coming into the frame here. And there he is, closing in on the back of the 42 of Zach Hinson.
I was getting a little afraid for our silent but deadly guy because of that dang internet connection. I hope he can upgrade the Taco Bell's Wi-Fi tonight, because that dang McDonald's Wi-Fi is not working so well.
he just likes keeping everyone on their toes around him. That's basically why he gets a case of the blinkies. That's kind of like his asset protection. It keeps everyone on their feet.
Imagine going to Taco Bell, getting some tacos, and you look over, and there's a guy sitting there on his computer with his whole rig racing. That'd be hilarious to see.
I could see someone doing that on a YouTube video.
I could see it.
That gives me an idea for a broadcast.
Oh, goodness. I don't know if I'm scared to...
Oh, Darren Mills almost lost it off the top. He is pushing that thing so hard right now.
He's
Next week, it's going to be the broadcast from the Taco Bell.
All right, I need you to take your whole rig to Taco Bell. I'll take my whole rig to Taco Bell, and we'll just have to stream our video chat, so everybody at Taco Bell can see. Yeah.
We'll put a POV camera up and a 360 cam just to look at everyone's reaction as they're inside ordering food, and they hear some idiot in the corner with his whole computer rig set up calling a iRacing broadcast. And who knows, maybe we'll get a couple of them to jump on the mic as well.
Hey, and maybe we could get some free tacos while we're doing it. You can't be,
Don't drop the chalupa.
Oh, gotta love it. But, while we were talking about Taco Bell, did you see, if I can update my thing, the battle going on for the lead right now?
Yeah, Kenny Capola there on the bottom. Aaron Matthews working the top side of the racetrack there. Oh, they almost make contact coming off the corner. The 5's going to maintain that lead as he has a brilliant run. Now the 77, he's going to follow in the tire tracks of the 5. And Davis in the 29 ride is going to take it to the bottom as Barry Sanders has got a bumper full with his teammate Hunter Carmichael for that 4th place position.
Now we got the company coming in. We got battles going all around because we have a top 3 right now. Oh, my.
Oh, 3 wide just about. The 29 had to bark the throttle there. And you know what? Kenny Capola probably lucky that's his teammate, because I'm pretty sure if that was another bad boy racing a Camaro there, is the 5 gets loose off the top, he might have not been so fortunate in that situation.
Well, I have seen back in the day a teammate take out a teammate over on the Bad Boy Racing team on accident, but I'll tell you what, they'll never let it down. I can't remember who it was. I think it was with Aaron Matthews. He was involved, but I can't remember who it was. But I've seen it happen.
Speaking of, you were talking about him earlier, Darren Mills, silent but violent. He did take his teammate out when he cleared the fence out of the tunnel turn at Pocono last season. So I've seen it happen as well.
Oh, man.
That was probably one of the hardest wrecks I've ever seen in sim racing when he decided to take on the tunnel turn at Pocono. I mean, his car did a full-fledged keg stand right on the nose, took out the fence. There was parts raining down on the broadcast replay where we were breaking down the incident, probably for about a good 5 to 6 seconds after his car made initial impact.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, I couldn't stop laughing either. I couldn't believe what we witnessed.
Well, I've had some people, I know I've brought it up to you, but we had some people wanting to get this going, and I want to know what you think. Get some podcasts going on our channel here at Red Line Racing Network. Man, I think we got some hungry drivers that want to get themselves some action time.
Yeah, I think it's a great component to Red Line Racing Network, and being able to talk with the drivers of the races that we broadcast and the coverage, it gives it another layer. And I think, like you said, I agree. A lot of these drivers probably, have some things that they'd like to share with us, because we don't get to talk to all of them, during the course of a race broadcast. We speak to the top 3. This gives us a little more insight, learn a little bit more about these guys, and probably have a great time while doing it.
Yeah, well, while you were saying that, Kenny, our leader, just went down pit road. I believe green flag strategy starting all now.
Kenny trying to snooker everybody, getting them caught on the snooze button as he hits pit road first in the 77. That's going to put him on fresh shoes. That's going to carry him the distance here. We'll see if he's able to take the checkered flag here. But pit stops, the money stop now underway.
Well, you know, and I wonder if he did it too soon. I'm wondering if he was hoping that with him going down, it was going to force other people to go in, and people have not gone in yet. So has it messed him up? I don't know. That's why I am not a crew chief. I'm only up here in the booth talking about it because I would make the wrong call.
You know, when it comes to the 77 camp, you know, I trust his team, his crew chief. They know what they're doing, and I'm almost certain that was a calculated call, probably this before this race even went green. So Kenny Capola probably right on schedule.
Well, right now our leader Kyle holding on. Let's. I did not mean that one, but that worked perfectly. But Kyle doing what he's got to do up here, trying to get some laps led. You know, I'm not sure if bonus points matter here on the Winter Series, but even if he wildly touches the wall, you know, any points matter, and I'm not sure if they do on the Winter, but why not try to go for it?
You know, even outside of points, it gives you as a driver, it gives you confidence, which breeds momentum. You know, so even if points aren't on the line, I think you want to put yourself as a driver and as a team in those types of situations to be up front and be contending. That's going to help you, you know, in the long run, regardless if there's some extra points on the line or not. But we can certainly find out and let you guys know next week as the series continues. But right now, Kyle Holden continues to carry the torch here from the 1.5 mile Speedway here in the heart of Kansas.
He definitely is. Well, when you're speaking of next week, we'd let everybody know next week on November 22nd. Man, we got some crazy action because that is going to be Talladega for 113 laps. And you know what happens at Talladega.
The big one. And it is only bigger and better when the moon shines in prime time at Earnhardt Country. So everyone, make sure you have notifications. Bell notifications turned on so you don't miss any action next week as they take on the Super Speedway in Southern Alabama.
Heck yeah. Well, Kyle's still holding on to the lead here. We got holding on to second, Aaron Matthews, Tim Wortman Jr. holding on to third, Hunter Carmichael in fourth, and Paul Whitley. Look at that, Paul holding on to your top five. Look at Paul having a great night holding on in fifth place right now.
Yeah, the 74 having a great ride, as you mentioned, inside the top five. For you guys, let's way through the top 10. In six, that's going to be the 54 of Randy Mullins. Your stage 1 and 2 winner, Kenny Capola, there in sevens across the board. The 77 in seventh. Chris Davis resides in eighth. Barry Sanders Jr., who was leading earlier, now in ninth. And rounding out your top 10, Darren Mullins in the 64.
So right now we have only got 6 drivers on the lead lap. Kenny being the first one lap down in seventh due to the drivers not coming down pit road. But we're going to show you. Here is Kyle. He is currently, I'm going to change our camera angle here. Oops. Coming to the finish line. We're going to show you now. Here is where Kenny's at. Coming out of turn 4, coming to the finish line. So there's not much of a gap. There's still a little bit of a gap there. But Kenny, with those fresher tires, he's closing it in, be able to get himself back on that lead lap. And I see D. Wimble out there. I missed this earlier, but this is from earlier's conversation. Says, don't talk about the no-hitter in the 7th inning. Come on.
We appreciate everyone chiming in and being a part of the conversation here. So on YouTube, sound off. Let us know who your favorite driver is. We'll get you some extra screen time with him as well.
Heck yeah. But battling going on. 77 to 29. Look at the 29. Oh, gets right into the back bumper.
I mean, literally, got into the back bumper on the 70. Look at the whoa! Barry Sanders had to take evasive action as he had so much of a run because of that contact. He just dive bombs it in there. Barry Sanders able to take over that 8th place position, but here comes the 29 charging back in hard on the bottom.
That was like watching an action movie on TV. Just how quick Barry comes out of nowhere from on the screen, and then he's gone.
Yeah, that car was lit as he just had a massive run. But I think he actually had so much steam, he kind of paid a little bit in the corner, and that allowed the 29 of Chris Davis to bring the battle back to him, as they still don't have it sorted yet at the start-finish line.
Well, man, I'm very surprised we have not seen some of these drivers come down pit road quite yet. Only 6 of them, and Kyle's still staying out there. How long is the $1 million question? Can he go until he has to come back in?
I think right now the field, I mean, let's just face it. We've seen how good that 77 car was. Oh, there it is. There's some big team contact. Is the 3 in the 88 have a meeting of the minds, and they're able to keep it straight. That was a code everything moment.
We do have a yellow flag out on the track.
Thank God, because someone's going to need a new race uniform. Now this changes everything. We were wondering if we were going to see the caution or if we weren't. Caution out on the racetrack. There's a bunch of cars that are going to get caught a lap down here.
I'm trying to see who was involved in that caution, but I'm not having any luck. Oh, Tim Warman Jr. gets a spun around. Looks like he just gets in that basically the apron goblin, gets him turned around, and it's going to make that caution come out here tonight.
Yeah, getting down into the flat, and I was talking about that earlier. You got to be really careful, especially with this many laps on the tires, when you bring it back out onto the racing surface. Not that the apron technically isn't part of the racetrack. It's just not the preferred groove, if you will. And as you said, the goblin comes up and bites them. And with that, late race caution here is Kyle Holden has the lead. Hunter Carmichael in second, Randy Mullins in third, Wortman Jr. in fourth, Kenny Capola in fifth.
And I'll tell you what, 1 through 4th right now looking really good, being, going to get some fresh ones, not have to worry, because everybody else is 1 lap down. They kind of hit the mark on that one. But while we're watching the race coming down pit road, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
Are you tired of paying too much for tires and auto repair? Come to my family at Dr. Tire.
We carry nearly all brands of tires,
Including Michelin, Continental, Bridgestone, and Mastercraft.
and we have one of the largest inventories in Genesee County.
Basic quote, we will beat it.
We offer many services including lifts, wheels, engines, brakes, and more.
Plus, on most of our jobs, we offer a 2-year, 24,000-mile warranty.
Come see our family at Delta Tire.
Where we'll save you money.
Barbecue Beast sauces are made from scratch using quality ingredients to create a truly delicious barbecue taste. Try our original Beast sauce, sweet with a kick. Turn up the heat with Spicy Beast, Hot Beast, and Carolina Beast. Or experience the award-winning taste of our Curry Beast and On the Bay Beast sauces. Owned and operated locally by the power of women veterans, these quality sauces are versatile and made for everyone. Great for grilling and the perfect way to complement your favorite foods. Barbecue Beast, the exceptional barbecue sauce.
All right, so we're just waiting for all the drivers to get caught up here, get situated, get lined back up. But definitely, we just saw the commercials there. We want to give a big shout out to Barbecue Beast Sauce. We appreciate them coming on board. If you want some phenomenal barbecue sauce, head on over to their Facebook or go to their website and order you some. They have different multiple flavors. They have original, they got some spicy, they got some crazy different flavors that you will not want to try, or you will not forget. In my opinion, I think it's better than Sweet Baby Berets, but that's just my opinion. So I hope everybody's excited to see some crazy more action, because we're gonna It's going to be crazy with how this is going to play out because we only have 30 laps to go here tonight, and that's where everything changes. So let's see. Will our leaders here, Kyle, be able to make something happen? Will we see Kenny be able to come out of nowhere like he has and take a win home? He's already got stage 1 and stage 2 under his belt. Will he be able to take all 3 home tonight? We'll have to stay tuned because I believe it's not over. We may see another caution, we may not, but it's not over because we got some hungry drivers that want to get themselves a first win, especially being this is the Winter Series. Throw it in the chat. I want to see how everybody's doing out there. Let me know how the stream is doing too, if you like it or not. I know we've had some issues earlier, but definitely would love to see it. I see 9 of you out there watching here on YouTube, so thank you very much for tuning in. Alrighty, so I want to pull up real quick to talk about, let's see, the biggest mover of the night here tonight is going to be tied, actually, Kyle, and I believe the other driver is going to be Zach Henson, our biggest movers of the night tonight. So let's see if we can pull somebody up. Oh, we're getting ready to go green flag races, so never mind. We're going to pull somebody up, but we're not going to. All right, pace car is in here. Let's go back. Green flag racing for tonight. Kyle's going to lead the field to the green flag. Randy in second. Here we go. Green flag is out. Side by side for second and third place. Tim Wortman Jr. also in the mix here. Let's see who's going to be able to do it going into turn 1, out of turn 2. Single file now for the top 3, 4th, and 5th, side by side. All the way through the field. Woo!
All the way through the field, side by side. Action green flag back in the air again. For those of you tracking Kenny Capola, he is now in that 5th place position. You remember, he came down pit road a little earlier in that run. Ooh, as Barry Sanders almost gets collected there by the 64s. It's really getting hot and heavy just inside the top 10.
It definitely is. I'm trying to work on getting our thing back up on our stream here. It's not wanting to show for some odd reason, but while we're watching all this, look at that action in the back. There was like 3 wide going on back there.
I'm telling you, brother, they are fighting tooth and nail right now all throughout this field. Doesn't matter really where you are on the racetrack. There is battles going from the front to the back right now.
Oh, you're not lying on that. Up front right now we're kind of single file, but I don't think that's going to last that long.
I'm not so sure as that intensity is really going to start picking up here as we're working lap 175 now. And just as I said that, for a second spot right now, side by side between Hunter.
Man, that is just crazy. While I'm still trying to get this thing working, I do apologize, everybody. Let's see if I can get her situated.
Yeah, well, he's working on that. Here comes Kenny Capola on the high side of the racetrack as he's challenging now the 300 Carmichael for that 3rd place position. Kenny Capola, I believe, has lit the wick on the 77, and he is going to charge back hard towards the front as he tries to clear the 3 at the start-finish line and does. Kenny Capola now, gets a huge run as the 54 and the 59er side by side. Kenny Capola is going to try and split the gap here.
Ooh, I told you. They single file there for a moment, but nope.
That did not take long at all.
They wanted to prove me wrong. But I did get it back up and running. For some reason, it decided to shut down on me, but hey, we're getting there.
Got 3 cars tandem drafting there as they break formation, almost looking like the Blue Angels. Coming down in the turns 1 and 2 complex there. 59 still ripping the bottom, but Kenny Capola's got that TRD Toyota Camry really revved up on the high side of the racetrack as he now moves into that second place position, trying to track down Randy Mullins, who currently owns the top spot, but I'm not sure for how long, as Kenny Capola turning some of the fastest times we've seen all race long as Aaron Matthews hits a new hot lap of a 30-20 in that 5th place position.
You know, he's just trying to say, hey, I am part of this, but I'm just wondering, with him going so fast right now with 22 laps to go, is he going to burn up his tires too fast, or is it perfect timing? You know, that's where I'm not sure.
Well, if you look at the lap times right now across the board, everyone right now is either going 98% or 100%. So I'm thinking he's doing what he has to do to maintain race pace right now. It is really getting dicey up here inside the top 5. Is Kenny Capola now going for the lead as he throws it in there, eating hard on the bottom, and he's going to take the spot. He shoves it up in front, clears the 54 of Mullins, but he turns it back down to the bottom on the apron, challenging the 77 back for the spot.
There's this beautiful battling going on, though, you know, giving Kenny a little bit of competition, but the different lines they are taking, you know, Randy just gets him cleared, but we're going to see a crossover move here going into turn 3.
Yeah, big crossover move. They're still in a World War II style dogfight. And look who's coming on the top shelf for Mama Hides the Cookies. Hunter Carmichael in the 3. He's trying to throw his name in the ring.
He definitely is. You know, I was looking back a little bit farther back for 6th place. Chris Davis. There's a gap in between, though, but he's got a freight train behind him. You know, I don't know if the draft really matters here as much, but I could see them working their way, especially if they could stay single file, stay close, work their way up to the front.
Yeah, you know, we were talking about him earlier. New man on the block, Zach Hinson, continues to impress. Biggest mover of the race in that 7th place position. He's got his hands full, though, as he's got a hot Barry Sanders on his heels as well, but nonetheless, he's doing a great job.
Man, Kenny getting a loosey-goosey out there, getting that back in just sideways.
Just how he likes it.
You know, and that's one thing, you are not wrong. I've asked him what kind of setup he likes. Do you like tighty-whitey or loosey-goosey? And he told me he will always love to do loosey-goosey.
Yeah, he's told me that several times, and he really thrives. You know, when this racetrack is cool like it is with a loose setup, and he can really run that car on the ragged edge, and that's exactly what he's doing right now. And Hunter Carmichael is making it hard for him. He is not making it easy, as he is right there on the heels, and we still got a hot and heavy battle, you know, for that 3rd and 4th place position. This going on just off the bumper of the 77.
I gotta love it. You know, there's things just changing every single lap. You think you'd know the outcome of one lap, and then the next, nope, it's a whole different, you know. Look at Hunter Carmichael. We weren't really talking about him for being up front as much, and he's literally side by side with their leader.
Side by side, working lap 186 now being written in the history books. Kenny Capola defends and holds the position as Hunter Carmichael now looking to regroup, but he has some help from a fellow Bad Boy team member right behind him on his heels, and Aaron Matthews, as Bad Boy now owns the 2nd and 3rd place position, and here comes Hunter Carmichael once again.
You know, will we see a bump and run here? We got 2 teammates. We almost going 3 wide there for a quick moment, but we got Hunter and we got Aaron. You know, knowing that they're right there, are they going to try to make, like, are we going to see a shake and bake? Are we going to see something like that tonight?
Well, we had everything but the kitchen sink the last time these guys were here. We had 4 lead changes on the last lap here last season, and we could be shaping up for something similar here again as Hunter Carmichael continues to possibly try and work with his teammate here, but Kyle Holden, he has other plans as he now splits them, Holden back to 3rd.
Well, real quick, I actually have this information for our caution information, which is not up to date, so I lied. Never mind. Disregard. I forgot when I resetted the system earlier, it decided to not calculate everything. So never mind on that.
Speaking of not calculating everything, the 3 just goes up and gives a love tap to the 77. Lets him know he's there. Is Kyle Holden now challenging the 3 for second? It's a 3-way dogfight right now for the lead up front as the laps wind down here at Kansas as we're approaching just 10 laps to go.
And I think we're getting to the point now. I think we're going to see, while we're grinding against the wall, I think we're going to see some hard moves, hard blocking, and some big moves that we really haven't seen tonight happen with here very soon.
Oh, you're absolutely right. There are no friends out there on the racetrack right now anymore. It is every man for himself. Ooh, as that almost got ugly as the 3 tried to make a dive bomb on the 77, but the 59 was there on the bottom. All 3 wide. Here we go. Here comes the 3. He's going to shoot the gap in outside the other side of the hot dog bun. The 3 with a bold, big-time move the number 300 Carmichael to the lead. I can't believe what he just did out there on the racetrack.
Well, when that 3 wide happened, that put Kenny grinding against the wall just a little bit. I saw some smoke flying, so I think there might be not some happy. I think somebody's not going to be very happy with that one.
Well, you know what? A win is a win. Like you said, it's the winter series. So maybe treat this more like an all-star event, perhaps, if you will. And that's maybe how Hunter Carmichael is going to approach this winter series, perhaps. But Kenny Capola now has to do some work as he's back in dirty air as Hunter Carmichael and Kyle Holden are running hard right now for the dub.
They are. There was, just for a quick second there, didn't look like they could fit a piece of paper in between them. They're going to be bumping or running. It's just, and I'm watching these runs. They're, with one person down low, one person high, there's really not a advantage of being high or being low. They're basically coming together, still staying side by side.
Well, yeah, because the guys on the high side, they're getting the momentum, they're getting the run, but then they're getting pinched off by the guy on the bottom. But I really have to think these cars that are running the top shelf are using more of that right rear tire up than they would like to, as the 3 is going to try it again here. He's going to try to slingshot him on the high side. Here he's got the momentum, he's got the advantage, but if you watch what happens here, the 59 the 3 is just not able to clear the 59, and they re-rack, restack, and they do the same thing again, and that's exactly what's going on behind this battle for the lead.
It just kind of makes you wonder if there's, I'm not sure if you, man, I think I might have lost you there for a quick second, but it just, the run that's going on the right, Hunter Carmichael touching the wall. I think I lost you, Matt. Yeah, we lost you. But, man, Kyle, with Hunter getting into the wall there, Kyle is now going to take the advantage of pulling away a little bit with 7 laps to go. Now 6 laps to go. Side-by-side action going on for 3rd and 4th. Let's see who's got advantage on that. That's between Randy and Kenny. There was some contact earlier, but we are going. Let's see if Hunter Carmichael will be able to close it in on Kyle here, or did they use too much tires? Hopefully we can get Matt back here with just 5 laps to go. Getting close to the end. Real Raggy, what's going to happen? Who's going to be able to take it home for the first race tonight? Oh, man, watching, I believe Hunter Carmichael getting into the wall a little bit more. Up on the high line, just grinding against it. Randy was able to pull in front of Kenny there for 3rd and 4th. Right now, we're kind of all single file with 4 laps to go. If anything can happen, or will a mistake happen where they can actually close it in? Alrighty, 77. Watching these lap times right now, Hunter Carmichael is a tad faster than first, third, and fourth place, but does he have enough time with 3 laps to go to be able to catch up to Kyle? I don't know. I don't think he's going to, but then again, I have been proven wrong, especially if Kyle makes a little bit of a mistake. That's where it comes down to. You can see Hunter right now holding the high line compared to Kyle holding the low line. It's getting a little dicey coming to the line with 2 laps to go here tonight. Right now there is about a 0.7 second gap from first to second place at this moment of time. We're going to pull up our top 3 here, showing you a little bit more of grinding against the wall. You can see Hunter just grinding. Definitely is going to hurt him. He's fallen back down to 1.1. Kyle has got himself in a good looking spot right now. 1 to go. White flag is out here tonight. Does Kyle have it for 2 more turns plus the backstretch? And it looks like, ladies and gentlemen, your race winner here tonight at Kansas Speedway, coming to the line here, is going to be Kyle Holden. In second place, it's going to be Hunter Carmichael. In third place, it's going to be Randy Mullins. Congratulations to these drivers up front. What a battle they had for the top 3. Kenny holding on to 4th, Aaron Matthews in 5th. What a race, what a day. That was some crazy action that we just witnessed here tonight. We appreciate everybody. Oh man, that was some crazy action. I hope everybody's had some crazy fun here tonight. But here's your lineup for your first through 4th place while we watch our race winner burn it out here in the grass doing those donuts. He definitely deserves it here for sure. But our post-race show of the night here is going to be with Randy, Hunter, and Kyle. Let's see if we can pull some of these drivers up and see how they're feeling. I did lose my co-anchor here tonight, but maybe he'll pop in during these interviews. But we're going to pull these drivers up, see how they're feeling. But we'll be right back after this commercial break.
Barbecue beef sauces are made from scratch using quality ingredients to create a truly delicious barbecue taste. Try our original beast sauce, sweet with a kick. Turn up the heat with spicy beast, hot beast, and Carolina beast. Or experience the award-winning taste of our curry beast and on-the-bake beast sauces. Owned and operated locally by the power of women veterans. These quality sauces are versatile and made for everyone. Great for grilling and the perfect way to complement your favorite foods. Barbecue Beast, the exceptional barbecue sauce.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, our 3rd place finisher here tonight in the number 54. Let's see how Randy is feeling here tonight. Randy, this is Brandon in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Alrighty, bud. Look at you here, able to bring home a P3. Congratulations. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good, man. The car had decent speed all night, and I just needed something just to get that little advantage to be able to stay out there. And then when that late caution came, I only took 5 gallons, and that's all she needed.
Well, you were able to do it. That was some crazy action. You and Kenny had some good battling going on back there. For overall all night long, what do you think, for Kansas Speedway, looking back, would you have done anything different, or did you have everything you could have done for tonight?
I would have done one thing different. Track position's real key here, so saving tires is very important, but you don't want to save too much that you give up so much to the leaders. And the first 2 stages, I was just trying to go to stay up front because we wasn't getting any yellows. And then the final stage, before the yellow, I was saving a little bit and then gave up a lot of time, and that caution saved me. It's just you got to learn to balance the two. I haven't quite got it figured out, but I'll get there.
Definitely. Well, Randy, anybody want to give a shout out here tonight?
Yes, sir. I want to thank Kenny for running me clean, along with Kyle and Hunter. It was Slide Job City the last 10 laps. I want to thank my sponsors, OB Builders, Ram Welding, and Fabrication, and then thank my wife for putting up with me for being on this thing so much, and you up in the booth, and Barry for putting on the league.
All right, Randy, I appreciate it, bud. Congratulations on your P3 tonight. We'll see you next week. Hopefully, we'll see if we can get a top 3 once again.
We're going to go for it, man.
All right, good. Well, have a good night. We'll see you next week.
Yes, sir.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is our third place finisher here tonight. Next up is going to be our second place finisher here. Let's see how Mr. Hunter Carmichael is feeling, because he definitely deserves it. Hey, Hunter, this is Brandon in the booth, buddy. You got a copy.
Yeah, what's up?
Man, look at you able to bring home a P2 tonight. Congratulations, but man, what a battle there for a little while that you had going on with Kyle. What, tell me that. Whew.
Yeah, it was probably not the smartest thing to do to rip the high line, but it sure does make it fun racing. But yeah, I'm happy with P2. Really wanted to get that win. But happy with Kyle. He's got his first win with Bad Boy Racing, so that's awesome.
Heck yeah, and I forgot. I didn't realize he was on Bad Boys Racing either, and that's awesome having a Bad Boy 1 and 2 there. That's can't beat that. But overall, bud, what a race tonight. You're able to. We've seen you multiple times side by side. I feel like I've seen you side by side with other drivers more than anybody tonight.
Yeah, it was really good racing. I was pretty proud of everybody. Makes the league racing a lot more fun. The races go like this. Everyone does a good job holding their line, keeping it clean. So it's been a good night.
Definitely. Well, buddy, who do you want to give a shout out here tonight that made that number 3 possible?
I think Bad Boy Racing. We got a great team here. Hoping we can turn this season around and get back to the top. Get a lot more wins.
Most definitely. But, I have to ask this. This is definitely off topic. But with it being opening day tonight, please tell me, did you get a deer tonight?
No, I've been going our opening day in Iowa for bow seasons in October 1st. So the last 2.5 weeks I've been off work on my deercation, as they say. But I haven't got nothing yet. I've been too picky. Let a lot of nice deer walk, but just waiting for the big one to come.
Definitely. All right, bud. Well, congratulations. We'll see you next week. Hopefully we can see you back up into the top 3 once again, maybe even one spot better.
Oh, yeah, we're going to Talladega next week. I'm excited for that. Be a good race. Going to definitely try and get a win there.
Definitely. Well, it's Talladega. Anybody can make it. Anybody can win.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
All right. Have a good night, bud. We'll see you next week.
All right. Thanks, Brandon.
Thank you. All right. Hunter Carmichael there, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, our race winner here, Mr. Kyle Holden. Let's see how this Team Watson Racing machine is doing tonight. Hey, Kyle, this is Brandon in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Well, look at you able to bring home a win tonight. Congratulations. How are you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. Joining Bad Boy Racing for this season here and bringing out the Chevy Camaro for the first time, and seems to be doing pretty good for us. At the beginning of the race, I didn't really think I had anything for anyone. I thought I was just kind of, maybe top 10 or something like that, and then race goes on and tires starting to come in, track comes in, and we had something on the bottom. I think I just ran the high side a little too hard, but just ran that bottom and got us around. And at the end, me and Carmichael battling, that was some crazy stuff.
Definitely. Well, let's talk about that. You guys were side by side for quite a bit, especially those last laps. What was going through your mind at that point of trying, knowing that you guys were basically equal coming in and out of those turns?
Yeah, I kind of thought we might have just stayed that way for the rest of the race, but he got into the wall a little bit, and then the bottom obviously just saves your tire a little bit more. So I was able to just prevail that way. But me and him were battling back and forth. We went even 3 wide. I didn't even know that happened at the moment it was happening. I had to turn the wheel left real quick. But huge shout out to him, Kenny, and everyone who was racing tonight. Really good race.
Definitely. I know you gave them a shout out. Anybody else you want to give a shout out here for tonight?
Huge shout out to Team Watson Racing, Kenny putting in the time for all these setups each week. Huge shout out to Straight Arrow, Maiden Tail, all the TWR sponsors, Martin Sports, and a huge shout out to Bad Boy Racing for taking me on this season.
All right, Kyle. Well, I hope you have a great rest of the night. Congratulations once again. We'll see you next week at Talladega. Let's see if you can bring it back to back.
Appreciate it. You have a good night.
Thank you. You too. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, our race winner here tonight. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed themselves, and I hope everybody enjoyed our broadcast here. You know, it was definitely fun. I do apologize for my hiccups I've had tonight. It was just broadcaster's curse, I'm going to call it. But next week we'll be back up and running and a lot better. I don't know. It was just one of those nights. But I want to thank Matt once again up here in the booth, doing an amazing job with me up here. I hope everybody has a great rest of the night. Stay safe out there, and we'll see everybody next week at Talladega for the Moonshiners Racing League.
Are you tired of paying too much for tires and auto repair? Come to my family at Dr. Tire.
We carry nearly all brands of tires,
including Michelin, Continental, Bridgestone, and Mastercraft.
and we have one of the largest inventories in Genesee County.
Basic quote, we will beat it.
We offer many services including lifts, wheels, engines, brakes, and more.
Plus, on most of our jobs, we offer a 2-year, 24,000-mile warranty.
Come see our family at Delta